Alrighty, we are going live for our first time over here on YouTube. We had to wait 24 hours. I've had this channel up for a little bit, but we finally got to a point to where we can actually start doing some live. So the first one, I'm working on some chainmail pieces. Matter of fact, I just got done with one just a little bit ago, which I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys. One of the pieces that I just got finished with. Super excited. Trying to make it to where you can actually see it and it looks good on camera. Let's flip this around. Like so. Let me move them rings. Move that ring over there. This is our first live, so be kind and gentle with us as we transition, but this was the piece that we just finished. And it is a necklace. Now, when it comes to chainmail goods and such, I do jewelry, I can do clothing, things like that. But when it comes to that, that's more custom because, when it comes to clothing, not all clothing is a one size fit all option. And when it comes to chainmail, it is one of those processes that you've got to take your time with. So, what I'm going to end up doing is opening some rings and just get started on some things, see where it takes us, and all that fun jazz. Now, for anybody who doesn't know who Crystal Turtle Collections is, we are actually an Ohio-based company. We actually started at the beginning of this year. We do different wood burning things. We do resin art as well. And we're kind of growing, expanding our craft, so to speak, and figured what better way to show what we make, how we make it, and things like that than doing these beautiful lives. So that's pretty much what we are doing. Now, eventually, we will do little shows to show you guys different things that we got coming up, different promotions, completed products as well. We want to do crafter introductions too, because we do take on other crafters. We do not have a brick and mortar. We are solely on road shows and online. Eventually, if we can get enough people who know us, then that will be something that we venture into. But as of right now, it's just online and in person. And our next event that we got going on is Ohio Witches Ball, which is up in Cincinnati. So we will be there. We will be vending. They've got a costume contest that they're doing. We are still looking for different shows that we can do to vend at, whether it be for the remainder of this year, next year. A lot of our stuff is more spooky, paganish, but we're starting to branch out, trying to get more things. And you know how it goes when you're first got a business together. You go where the crowds, you cater to your demographic that you're going to be vending at. And, you have your trieds and your trues. We do shirts as well. We can do cups. We do flags, custom flags for people and things like that. Now, I do some polymer clay art as well. And so you guys may end up seeing that as a live eventually as well on this channel. And we're also probably going to do some reviews because as crafters, like if you're someone just looking for information on certain crafts, like we all do, I think, we kind of want to share our experience with some of the products that we buy and whether or not we like to use them and why we don't like to use them, and products that we do recommend that we do like, especially when you get into resin, because some of the resins are not eco-friendly. Some of them do have quite a smell to them, or if you mix them with certain things, they interact a certain way. So that's one thing I'd love to do on this channel. And also talk about like what I'm working with, like chainmail. Chainmail is known also as jump rings. That's what I'm working with. You'll find them in all your common necklaces. Now, the size that I'm working with today is a 16 gauge and 1/4. I can work smaller, I can work up, depending on what I'm making. I haven't really tried scale mill, but that is something that I do want to get into. And starting next year, I will also be doing some leather work. So you will see that on the channel as well. And I was thinking about doing some like DIY, buy like a table, cut part of it up. I know one of the things my business partner's been wanting to do is do table resin art, which could be really pretty. We have a girl that does different displays. She also makes like little stuffed animals, clothing, stuff like that. So you guys will see Kat eventually as well on our channel. And yeah, we're just slowly doing it. You know, we're both moms. We both have families that we take care of. My business partner is actually a nurse, and she is a foster mom. So, you know, we're hitting every demographic when it comes to, you know, the different kind of lifestyles that we lead. Me personally, I'm a stay at home mom, and I work within the interfaith community locally. So I do a lot of that type of work as well. So, you know, that's pretty much a little bit about us. We, like I said, we started at the beginning of the year, just kind of, we both had our own thing, and we were like, why not combine it? Because I have the ability to do more of the road shows. She has the ability to make stuff more throughout the week than I do. So it's kind of like a perfect pairing, if you so would call it that. And eventually, you know, we'll grow, things will change. We'll probably add some like permanent items, have seasonal items, and things like that. So if you're in Ohio and you see this and you're looking for vendors, reach out to us. I put our Facebook page down below. I will also end up putting our email. So if you want to reach out to us by email, you can do that as well. Now, as far as like the payments that we accept, you know, if you're local, it's cash. If you're not local, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and you get the receipt afterwards, like your invoice and things like that. You get tracking numbers if you are far away because no one wants to not have a tracking number. You know, that's part of the excitement. And, you know, if you decide to buy anything from us, just know that you're helping support two little families just trying to do their thing. Now you're probably wondering, why am I opening all these rings? Well, when I do chainmail, I don't like to sit there and do it as I'm doing it. I like to have a pile of unopened and a pile of opened because it makes it just easier, especially when you're getting into the groove of making different things and so forth. But I also do wire working as well. This is one of the items that I did um, with a random piece of wire that was just kind of, you know, eh. And then, of course, this one is my favorite, crystal wrap. Now, one of the reasons why we call ourselves Crystal Turtle Collections is because we have a lot of crystal infused items, and you'll see that is very transparent when you start looking at our stuff. Like all of our resin art has crystal chips in it. Some of them, like our soaps, have like a hidden crystal inside of them. Trying to think what else we put crystals in. Like there's just a variety of items, and you know, eventually you guys will see the process of it and some of the cool behind the scenes making of it. Which I'm trying my best not to play music on here because you know you get the copyrights and stuff like that. When you play music and you know, do right, artists need to make their money. As a crafter, we know that very, very well. And, we might end up doing some videos like 10 things that annoy a crafter or, things like that. Just to kind of give the channel some diversity from two ladies in Ohio doing their crafty bit thing. Share some of our stories from our best and our worst experiences during shows. And, of course, we're not going to be rude and we're not going to out certain shows and things like that. But I think we all have our experiences when it comes to road shows. Road shows are a necessary demon, so to speak, when you're trying to grow a business. And when it comes to events that get put on, they're not all created equally. So, one event may have certain rules while another one has the opposite. So it's one of those things where you kind of learn, you kind of grow and see where it goes. Just a fun little time altogether. Now, see, sometimes you get lucky and you find a perfect ring that doesn't need you to close it. It's rare, but it does happen. And like we try to do our own packaging as well. We got the stamp for our little bags, which eventually we use paper bags for most of our items because they're small items. But once we start getting into bigger items, we're going to definitely have to figure that one out. Now, with the jewelry, I want to do collection sets for this winter. So that's something that you'll probably end up seeing us play with the idea on as well when it comes to this kind of stuff. Now, one thing I can do that I haven't got all the stuff yet for, which I think I'm just lacking the wax, is candle making. And that's something else that I have on my belt of things that I can do. And I believe my business partner does crochet. And we've talked about introducing that. But as you know, that takes a lot of time and patience. And when you're doing shows and having crafting sessions like we do, especially right before a show, it's not something that you can whip together real quick and, get a show ready. Something that you got to work on for weeks or maybe a month on end. But it is fun to do because crafting sessions can get chaotic. Like people always ask, like, how does it work when you got business partners? Well, if they're like us, you argue and then you tell each other your flaws and then you make up and then you make some really cool stuff. It sounds brutal, but it's not. That's just how our dynamic works. You know what I mean? Because when you're, especially during big road show season, and you're like constantly together, it's just like anything else. You butt heads, you get annoyed, the whole 9 yards. And hopefully here soon, I can get my business partner a little webcam so they can show you like different pours that they do and things like that. They may even be able to do it from their phone for the moment. But it'd be cool to see, you know what I mean? Do little things like that. But hopefully this is a good introduction live that I can flip to be a video. And you guys can go, ooh, I like this channel, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Everybody's got their own different taste and things like that. And you try your best when you got a business to be kind to everyone, but sometimes it's harder than others. Because we've all known that one hard customer, especially if you've done anything customer service related. But I guess I could show you guys a few different pieces that I've done as far as wire working. Like this one is my personal favorite that I've done recently that I love. I think it is pretty. I love that piece. Let's see what else I got here. If you guys could see my situation, you'd be like, girl, clean your space. But this one, you can use it for upper arm. You can use it for ankle. You can use it just like a bangle. I've had some people where they'll take a rubber band and cut and neck these two pieces. So that way they can just put it on and they put like shop keys or car keys on it. And that way they never lose it. They have something that they can physically hold on to as well. No, you don't have to necessarily get this pendant, but it is one that since we do got kind of a witchy show going on, we went ahead and added this little pendant. But we got a variety of different pendants. We also make pendants as well that we do for our jewelry. We do not do custom pendant work when it comes just to the pendant because it doesn't really do much for us as far as like, the money we make out of it. So it's not really worth the time to continue to do that. Now, this is one of the simpler style necklaces that I've made recently. And you can look at the different patterns and stuff like that in it. And then I've also got some earrings I did. Give me a second and let me get them untangled from everything and try not to drop them. And I will show you guys what they look like. So this is a set of earrings that I did not too long ago in preparation for the show, which we'll have packaging for them. I'm waiting for the other artists that we got here to get stuff together, and then I'll show you this one. This is one of my favorites. I'm dropping things left and right. Just kind of giving you an idea of the different styles that we have. Now, with this style, the way that the chainmail is, I'm going to show you. So, let it unravel. So, if you let it unravel, it looks like this right here. But if you twist it up, and I'll show you what I mean by twisting it up, which I believe they call it a spiral pattern. And you have to twist it like a certain way or it won't show. But you see how that starts to come into formation. Isn't that the coolest? It's like a magic trick. Then, let's see. Are you starting to go out or starting to go in? Let's see. There we go. All right. So I need to fix this. Now, I do have a couple different style clasps that I do. One of them is your regular clasp that you would get on any of your necklaces, and I do have magnetic. Now, for this style, I do use magnetic just because of the way that it is, and it's a lot easier to put together when you're trying to wear it. See? I think I do have headpieces and stuff that I make. I do not have them down here though. I don't know if there's anything else I can show you guys that I've made recently. Yeah, this. So I thought this was super freaking cute. You've got your tier points on it, and then we've got, let's see how this lays. Because with certain pendants, it doesn't matter, but with certain ones, it does. So that's how it's supposed to lay. It's pretty thick around the wrist, not the waist. I mean, you could make it for a waist. So that's kind of what it looks like. It does got the clip style, like I said, little clippies. versus the actual magnets. Because I know some people can't have magnets in their jewelry because either a pacemaker or whatever. And some people prefer it because they either work in a dangerous environment or whatever it may be the case for them, or they just want it to be easy. But yeah, that's a few things that I've made thus far. I don't think I got anything else over here I can show you guys that I've put together. I've got a lot of craziness over here. Then you have moments like this where you start making one pattern and it's looking great, and then you mess up and you don't want to take it apart because you know it's going to take forever. So, this is just one of those random little doohickey pieces that I'm just like, I don't want to take it apart right now. So, yeah. Let's see what else I've got that I could possibly show off. Hey, will you hand me the one that has the headpieces on it? Please. Headpieces in the box when you get a chance. I appreciate it. Now, we do got loose tumble stones too that I haven't wired yet. And I've got a bunch of crystals I haven't got here to the house yet. So here soon, I'll probably do a live, show you guys the different crystals that we got in a while back. And maybe upstairs if you didn't bring it down. Yeah, sorry, I got my mini assistant to the back of me looking for stuff that I've made. And until we get to that point, I'm just going to sit here and talk and like there's someone watching, because eventually someone's going to watch this. So, you know, fun times. Now, I will show you guys this. This is another piece that I'm making for next weekend show. That is going to be really pretty. I'm not so worried about the pendant as I am showing you guys, or attempting to show. Put it down, open up, and give me something. See what I'm talking about? Ain't that pretty? Such a pretty design. So this is what I was talking about. Some of the headdress pieces that I have made. Now, this was when I was first starting my wire working journey. And then, of course, I got some little arm bracers, or you could even use it for your wrist. It's whatever you would like to do. Now, this one was actually made for the upper part of the arm as well. Give me a second. Now, this was my first time trying to do a wire rose, which I really do love the way it turned out. Very Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes. I think eventually I might end up adding one more right there just to kind of even it out, though. Now, this one, this was chaos. It does give me Holly Jolly vibes, though. Just because of, you know, the color schemes that are into it, or very earthy tones, I should say. And I do customize it to the size. And if you ever want to share it, you can always spin it to whatever size you want. Very cool, though. I don't know if I got anything. Oh, yeah, I do. So then I made one of these, which is simple with a little chain that I had laying around. So it could be an anklet or whatever somebody would like to wear it as. Very pretty, though. Let's see. I got a blue piece here. No. I love this one. It's small as far as frame wise. You know what I mean? Like for your cranium, your head. But it is very pretty. Show you the little gemstone right there. And then we did like the little blue rose design on that one. Very fun little festive thing that we did. But yeah, that's just a few things that I can personally show you. I have no clue what I'm going to make yet, but hopefully you guys enjoy this video. You learned a little bit about us, and if you do like the channel, you can like, subscribe. If you want to put in an order or invite us out, check down below. All our information will be there, along with our email where you can reach out to us. And we hope to hear from you guys soon. And have a great day. You, stop.